Nobody tells you this before you start thinking about what's beyond nursing. You spend time researching. You start looking at different options. You start imagining what life could look like if you had more freedom, more flexibility, and more choices. And then something happens. You realize how much you don't know. After spending years, maybe even decades, being the experienced one, you're suddenly learning things that make you feel like a complete beginner again. And honestly, that can really mess with your confidence. This week, I got a reminder of exactly what that feels like. I had spent hours trying to edit my latest YouTube video on my computer. Now, I know that probably doesn't sound like a big deal, but after doing things one way for so long, learning a completely new system was frustrating. There were moments I wanted to close my laptop, go back to the way I'd always done it, and forget the whole thing. Not because I couldn't learn it, but because I wasn't good at it yet. And that's when it hit me. This has nothing to do with editing videos. This is exactly what happens when we start building a second act beyond nursing. We spend so many years becoming confident in one career that we forget what it feels like to start over, to not have all the answers, make mistakes, feel slow again, to wonder if everyone else is figuring out faster than we are. But here's what I realized. Being a beginner doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It usually means you're growing. And if we're going to build something beyond nursing, we have to be willing to be beginners again. If we haven't met before, my name's Kristy. I'm an RN of 34 years, and I'm still working as a nurse while I'm building my own second act beyond nursing. So if you're watching this and thinking, she's probably already figured all of this out, I promise you, I'm figuring it out right alongside you. That's actually why I wanted to share this story. Because I know how easy it is to look at other people online and think they have everything figured out, everything together. You see the finished product. You don't see the frustration, the mistakes, or the moments when they question themselves. Trust me, yesterday there were plenty of those moments. But here's something I don't want you to miss. If you're serious about creating more options beyond nursing, you're going to have days that feel messy. You're going to have days when you wonder if you're too late, or if you're smart enough, or if you should just go back to what's comfortable. I've asked myself every one of those questions, but I've also realized something. Every new skill you learn, every obstacle you push through, is building confidence you'll need for whatever comes next. That's one of the reasons I started my Nurse Second Act Insider list. Every week, I share one practical email with the lessons I'm learning, the mistakes I'm making, and simple ideas to help you move forward without feeling like you have to figure everything out alone. If that sounds helpful, I'll leave the link below. Because I really don't want you spending years trying to figure this out by yourself the way I did. And honestly, I think that's one of the biggest gifts we can give each other as nurses. We don't have to know everything. We just have to keep taking the next step. I think one of the biggest mistakes we can make is believing we should already have everything figured out before we begin. The truth is, none of us start out knowing what we're doing. Not when we become nurses, not when we learned a new specialty, and not when we decide to build something beyond nursing. Every single one of us has to start somewhere. Looking back now, I'm actually thankful I didn't give up halfway through editing that video. Was it perfect? No. Did I get frustrated? Absolutely. But I finished it anyway. And honestly, that's the lesson I hope you take away from this video. Don't let one hard day convince you you're on the wrong path. Don't mistake being a beginner for being incapable. Every skill you learn today is building the life you're hoping to create tomorrow. If you've been thinking about what's next beyond nursing, I hope you'll stay connected. And that's why each week I send one simple email with practical ideas, honest lessons from my own journey, and encouragement to help you keep moving forward, especially on the days when you start questioning yourself. I'll leave the link below to my free Nurse Second Act Insider list if you'd like to join us. And if this video encouraged you, I'd love to have you subscribe and click the little bell. Every week I'll be sharing what I'm learning what's working, what's not, and hopefully making your own journey just a little bit easier. Because here's what I know. Your nursing career may have been one chapter of your life, but it doesn't have to be the last chapter. There are still dreams to chase, new skills to learn, more freedom to create. And I have a feeling the best chapters of your story may still be waiting to be written. I'll see you in the next video.